Hi everybody and welcome along. This is an exciting day. It's the day that we start a new journal. Yay! I always love these days, and you start them with so much enthusiasm. Sometimes it doesn't carry on right to the end, sometimes it does. So this journal is made ostensibly from the kit that I have for sale in my Etsy shop, all the papers, etc. The thing that I haven't included are the actual sort of design pages, and for that I'm using this kit. I'm really not sure how you say this, but Fabrica Decoru sounds about right, and it's their set called Botany Summer, and it's really nice. Some lovely papers in there, but should you this is made for beginners in mind and people that haven't as yet fallen down the rabbit hole of Etsy digital junk journal kits. I mean, we all know that we have far more than we could ever wish to make up in a lifetime or 2 lifetimes, but still we buy them. We can't help ourselves. But for those people that haven't as yet gone down there, I'm suggesting that you buy some scrapbooking paper, because then you've got it, you don't have to worry about printing it, you don't have to worry about what sort of paper you need to print it on, etc., because that also is a bit of a pain sorting all that out. In this case, I've bought this kit, this Botany Summer one, and I've bought this one, a Stamperia Forest. And I'll be using the 2 throughout the journal. In no way will I finish the 2, but I'll be using those up. They are 12 by 12, and just to kind of keep the maths easy, or easier for someone like me, I will be, let's find this piece here, any piece will do. The 12 by 12, of course, divides nicely into 8 and 4. So I'm proposing that we make our journal, all the pages at 8, and make the journal cover at 8.5. And then once again, it folds in half 2 6s. So I'm proposing that we make our pages 6 inches and our cover 6.5. I'll explain that to you more clearly as we go on. Look at that paper, isn't it gorgeous? So that's those. You can, as I say, of course, use any digital kit that you have, any digital kit that you feel the need to purchase. I'm with you, I understand. Or you can purchase these and then you've got them, and you'll be able to make much more than just one project with them, for sure. So that's those. You get loads of stuff in your kit. Ribbons, lace, Edith Holden bits, book pages, decoupage stuff, envelopes, all sorts of things. But what I'm really interested in first off is this. This will come to you like this in your kit, and it will measure 8.5 inches, which is what I said. We'd cut our design pages to 8, which will then leave us 4 inches, which is good for making pockets or tags, journaling cards, whatever. So let me just put all of this other stuff that you will have received to one side. And there we go. Right then, you'll see that this has got 1 factory crease in it already. It's quite sturdy stuff, this, actually. It's 315 GSM, so it's quite sturdy. So the factory crease we want to leave. We're never going to make a better of that, really. You know, you can't make it straight, but we don't need to anyway. And if you have a look, if you have a close look, you'll see there are some other lines. Now the last line, as it were, this one here, we need to fold on that. So just fold it over. Sometimes it's easy to do it like this. Just put your finger underneath it and push against it, and it will fold because it's been scored really already. So once you've got that partly thinking about scoring, fold your paper, your card, so this edge is exactly straight, square, and then that will mean that when you fold in, it will be exactly where you want it, like that. Now then, at this stage I would use a bone folder like this. You might not have one, and if you don't despair. Just hold it exactly where you want it, get the handle of your scissors and just go down there, and it'll score it. It'll burnish that score line in. Okay, so there we are. Well, we've got a sort of journal, we've got a spine. Excellent. So we said that we were going to cut the scrapbook pages so there would be 6 inches, but I want a little bit extra because I want to put some possibly some bits of ribbon or something down the side, so I'm going to make it 6.5. 6.5 from that score line. Now I've got a scoreboard, not to keep score with, because that would be awful, because I'd lose every time. But it's a board that's just got ridges in, it's got measurements along the top, and it comes with a little sort of pointery bone folder type thing, and you just line your paper up along the top, you line it with the measurement you want, and you score down, and it will follow the grooves. If you don't have that, and there's no reason why you should if you're just starting out, then you can take a ruler, you can measure where we want to go. So we want to go to 6.5. So you could measure your 6.5, you could put a line in, a mark there at 6.5, and same up here at 6.5. So you'd get a line. I'm going to score mine because I've got a scoreboard. So I'm going to put that right up to there, like that. And I'm going to get my scoring tool and I'm going to mark it at 6.5. Make sure that you've got that right in to the corner of your scoreboard. Don't try and lift this up because it'll push that out that way. So do your best to leave it right in that corner, pushed right up against the top, right up against the left hand side, and score in at 6.5. Lovely. Oh, just jumped out the wrong. That's it. It keeps wanting to come out of the line at the bottom. I don't know why it's doing that. That's it. Right, okay. So we've got that score line now. And because this is really thick card, I'm just going to turn it over and I'm going to score it again on the other side. It'll just help us to crease it more readily. So just like that. And then we're just going to fold that towards the inside. So just like that. Don't do it all in one go, just gently, because you can crack these cards if you're not careful. There we go. And now I can burnish that in. Now it's folded properly. Just make sure that it is straight, yeah, and burnish that in with your bone folder. There we are. And I'm going to do the same with the other side. So get that right into the corner, like that, and mark it at 6.5 again. There we are, and I'm just going to turn it over and score it on the other side. Just line it up to any line at all. As long as it's flush with the top, it'll be fine. Whoops. There we go. Now I want to fold this one in as well, and you'll see why in a minute. I'm not sure what Bobby's doing. Sounded like he fell off something. And just burnish that in. I can put this away because for the time being I've finished with that. So there we have it. We've got the beginnings of our journal. And you can see, I hope you can see, that these are going to be little side pockets. This one's quite sizable. This one's more of a little tuck spot probably, but even so useful. Better than just cutting it off. So there we have it. There's our journal. This is not what I would call a hardcover journal. The hardcovers are mostly when people have gutted a book and they're using the books to make the journal, or if you're using grey board, that's a fairly tough journal. This, it's just card, it's thick card, and it's perfect for the job. Absolutely perfect. So let's move along to our other papers and let's get them folded up, ready to go in the journal. Okay. Well, we've got that, but that is literally ephemera. So that will come, beautiful Edith Holden postcard, it's just gorgeous. But that will come into play later on. So we've got these two envelopes. Now, they may well be our centre. And what we're going to do with these, let me move this aside again. I'm going to stick these together. And then we'll cover them with paper at some later stage. So we're going to stick them so they go like that. And then they get sewn into the journal down there. But this will be covered with design paper, so that's fine. So let's stick those in. Let's make a start. What shall I use? What shall I use? I'm going to use Aleen's, I think. And I'm just going to stick down there. With Aleen's, you have to sort of wait for it to come to its centres. Come on. That's it. Stick that down there. And that will keep that in place. This can be a bit of a dodgy manoeuvre, because the glue, of course, wants to stick everywhere on its journey. So just get those two lined up. Get this one lined up. Hold that in there. And there we have it. Lovely. So just need to stick this one down as well. Just checking it's straight there. It's fairly straight, I think. No, that's straight. There we are. So we're off. We're making a journal. It's quite exciting, really. Going to open this up while I stick it, because you can end up with a ridge along it if you do it when it's folded. So that's fine, like that. That'll get folded in half and get sewn into our journal. It may be the centre fold, it may not be. We'll see. We'll see. So that's that. What else have I got? I've got decoupage, Tim Holtz decoupage paper. Here we are. Three pages from a book, a school book. So let's measure those and see if they are 6 inches. They are 6 1/4. Well, that one is. This one is almost 8, 7 3/4. So I'm going to have to cut these down a little bit. With regards to the 8 inches, yeah, I mean that's good. There's 7 3/4, so that's fine. They'll fit in nicely that way. Now some of these are going to have to be cut off, but I'll do that towards, once we've got the pages sorted, I'll do that then, because they sort of walk as you go along. They kind of walk. Right, so the next thing I've got is book pages. So I have to decide if I want to keep them as book pages or if I want to save them for cutting up. Well, this one I really do want to use as a book page. It's gorgeous. Let's just see where 6 inches brings us to. 6 inches from the centre. I'd lose his tail, but everything else would be all right. And 6 inches here. Yeah, I'd still get his head in, and I'd get this one in. I'm not sure what we've got on the back. Half a goshawk. And that, oh, that's really nice. What's it say? Scottish crossbill. There you go. Never knew there was such a thing. So I'm going to line this up and I'm going to cut it off at 6 inches. You could, if you wanted to, fold it in so you could keep that, but to be honest, it only measures well, yeah, there's 1.5 inches there I could fold over. Oh, decisions. Let's have a look at the height of it and see. It measures 10, so I've got 2 inches to lose anyway. Oh, yikey. So if I fold that up, I'm going to get upside down writing, which I don't really want. No, that one might be a better one to fold up there. Okay, so let's score this at 8 inches then. Then we know where we're. Yeah, I'm just looking at the top here. Could I get away? No. But could I get away with cutting a bit off there and there? Yes, I probably could. That is probably the way to do it, actually. Right. This is the thing about journals. There's a lot of footering about. So if I cut that there, 8 comes to there, so I'm just going to lose the top of his head. I'm going to cut it there. I am going to cut it there. So what I need to do is make sure this is straight along here, or get your ruler out again and cut that. And I hope I haven't cut anything too radical. No, we're all right. So I'm going to use that line and measure 8 up from there, keeping it straight, like so, and cut that off there. And I think that's the best that we can make with this particular sheet. You're going to have a look at your sheet, see what you think is the best thing to do. Now, do I want that? I think I'm going to make this the page that you come to first. That I might cover because it looks a bit odd just being half a bird and a bird's foot. That I quite like, and that's gorgeous. But I'm going to have to do a bit of scoring, I think. So I want this. Oh, always put your blade away. So I'm going to put that right up into the corner, and I'm going to score it at 6 inches. fold that over. Just check something. Oh, just for one moment there, I thought I'd cut my cover at 6 inches instead of 6.5. That would not have been funny. And this one again at 6. Sure you've got it lined up properly. There we are. Actually, yeah, I'm going to fold that way. I think that's going to serve me better that way, and I can put something in there then, whereas I really want to see all of that. So this one that I've just scored, I probably want to see all of that actually. So I'm going to fold that in this way and just run my bone folder over that. Let's just check that they look, yes, perfect. So that's that one. That's incredible, this image. I mean, I really love it. So what have we got so far? Let's put things away as we go. We've got our exercise books, our envelopes. I'm going to put those in the middle as it stands at the moment, like that. We've got this page. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? It's stunning, actually. And that will fit in there. It'll be taller than the book pages, but that's okay. Now then, this one. I don't think I want to put that in as a book page. It's got this nice plate here and this one, but the rest of it is text. And I think probably the text is going to be more valuable to me, and I can cut that out and make a pocket or something with that. But I don't think I want to add that like that as a book page in my journal. So I'll set that aside. This one, well, I just adore that. That's gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, it's got some nice bits in it. This one is so pretty. Yeah, it is. So that's definitely going in my book. This one, yeah, I'm going to put that in my book too. Because you can always, you know, you can put coffee stain paper over that, or some of the card that you've got, or you can decoupage over it. So it's not bad that it is just text, and I think it's worth it to have those. So right, let's see about cutting this one down then. Well, we've got a big margin at the top and bottom, so hopefully we'll be okay. So once again, I want this to measure 8. I'll put it onto there and then I can see where the margins are. So from there to there, it's 8. It's perfect. Perfect. So let's cut that off there. I'll turn it over and cut the 8 off. So we've got 8 inch in height. Like so. There we go. Now we've got the same old width dilemma. We want it to be 6 inches. So let's just see how wide that is. It is 6.5. It's a shame, isn't it? Where does it come? Yeah, 6.5 exactly. But the page itself is 7.25. So I could turn over 1.25 inches, or I could just cut it. And I think I'm actually just going to cut it. I'm going to cut it at 6 inches, and then it will just go straight into our journal. So if you're using a ruler like mine, square it up down the sides, square it up along the bottom, and then you know that you're right. It's such a shame we're losing that butterfly, but I think that's all round is the solution, really. There we are. Oh, can't get in my bin. So there's another page that we've got. There's not really any point to me trying to put these in the right order at the moment, but I'll give it a go as we go. I think we're going to have a real sort out at the end, see what goes where. Right, so the next thing that we have is another one of those book pages. That's just beautiful. As is that. As is that. Okay, so I've got a problem. Don't really want to cut the bottom off that, but if I cut the top off, I'm going to lose these yellow flowers. Let's just have a look. That would bring us 8 inches from there. I'm gonna cut it off along the bottom of that butterfly. Let's just get my ruler the right way around so I'll see what I'm doing. So 8 inches is going to take us to there. Yeah, okay. Let's do that then. So I'm hanging on to the bottom of that butterfly and I'm sacrificing a little bit of that. Let's just get that straight. Okay. So this is 8 inches, so I can have all of that, and all that you can see there. So Bobby, six inches. Oh, no, it's going to take us to there. I'm going to have to fold that in, and that one too, I think. I don't really want to lose that. Let's just put that there. I might come back later on and decide that, yeah, I can lose it, but at the moment, oh, where am I going? Need my scoring tool. But at the moment, I'm kind of hedging my bets and I'm just folding it in. I'm going to fold it the other way, this way, because I don't want that white margin. That looks nice down there. And this one, the same thing. 6 inches. Just keep that pushed into the side. There we are. And I probably want this one to go this way. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it might, you know, as I say, when I do it, when I finally get it together, it might be that I just want to cut that off completely. But we'll see. We'll go with that for the time being. Right, where are we up to? This, another book page. Well, these sketches of owls I absolutely love. I really love them. And I love that as well. Alas, however, this image here is a long-eared owl, 2/3 life size, found near Loch Leven, Kinross, with a broken leg. Unfortunately, it died after a few days. And I don't really want that in my journal. I don't want a dying owl particularly. But I do want these sketches. So how to keep all of those, I'm not sure. I think I might have to fold it up at 8 inches. So I'll put that on there, and at 8 inches, I'm other way around, 8 inches I'm going to score it along there. Right, so I'm going to, just the best way to do this, I could fold it that way, in which case you're missing out a fair bit of that, but you're still seeing all of that, or I could fold it that way, in which case I've really got some pretty meaningless upside down sketches. So I'm going to do it that way. And that writing about the bird dying is now going to be part of a pocket, which means I can cover it with something. So that's that. I mean, I can cover it anyway, and I probably will. And on there, that's just gorgeous, isn't it? But I only need it 6 inches. So that would be down there. So I'd kind of miss half of him out. I'm going to have to miss half of something out. Question is, do I cut it? Do I score it and fold it? Or do I just cut it? I think I'll just cut it. I think I'll cut it. So let me just make a mark where that fold is, because it's hard to see. So that's there, so I need it 6 inches. From that mark, and I'm just going to cut it. Don't think there's much more I can do really. And same on the other side. Make sure you're square along the top, and you're following your lines at 6 inches. Can't even see my line. That's probably quite a good thing because I'm right on top of it. And cut that. So there, we've got that on the front, which, as I say, I'm quite convinced will not stay there. I'm probably also going to cut up there, because otherwise it won't lie, it just doesn't lie flat. You just need to cut, in fact we'll do it now. We'll cut up there and just so it lies flat. So you've got your score line there. So what you really need to do is just cut slightly to the right of it, up to the fold line up there, and slightly to the left of it. And then just fold those in, get your knife, cut that off along there. And that's the neatest way of doing it. And then when you fold it over, it folds really flat. So there's another page then for us. Let's just put that there. We need to sort out what's going on in here. So what other pages have we got? I have got a sheet of vellum. Now I'm going to leave that because I think I'm going to make an envelope with that, a vellum envelope, and I might put some die cuts in it or something like that. So I'm going to leave the vellum. You could use yours if you have a printer and you're using a digital kit. You could you could print you could print out on that and include it in your journal if you so wished. Here we have, next up, we've got these two little cards, little notelets really. And one of them would, well, they both would go nicely in the journal, like that. Or one could be a card in a pocket and the other could be sewn in. I don't know. Let's just put one in. Let's get a sheet of this school book. Oh, they're all being used, really. Oh well, never mind, because we've got other paper coming in a minute. So I'll just pop that in there to remind us that's kind of what we want there, or somewhere like that. There we go. That I'll leave for a journaling card. We've got this glassine bag, which I'm literally going to fold in half. It's really lovely. And you can just trim across there and you'd have a little opening at that end. So let's just do that. It's just a sliver that you want to take off it. The merest whisper. And that gives us an opening now at both ends. So that's handy, isn't it? Let's just pop that in there. Getting quite a lot of bits of paper in here. Right, next thing up is the doily. Now then, let's fold it in half and see where we are. I think if I've measured correctly, we should be all right with this doily. But then again, I may not have measured correctly. There we go. Let's be quite gentle. Doilies aren't meant for too much mucking around. Let's just measure that, see what we've got. It measures just short of 6. Hooray! That was good. Convenient. So I'm just going to pop that in there. Oh yes, that's the thing. It's too tall. It needs to be 8 inches tall. That's right. Nearly forgot about that bit. So 8 inches from about there to there. That's okay. We can stand that, I think. Let's just get that fairly central on 4. And then we'll be taking the same off top and bottom, which I think is okay. Some bits might drop out because then it won't be held on anymore, but I'll see. So I want 8 inches. There we go. Okay, so there's our doily. Looks pretty, doesn't it? Let's just pop that in there. If you're into coffee dyeing or tea staining or whatever, you can always do that to your doily. Make it a bit more grungy or vintage looking. Right, so now we've got our green and cream paper. Well, before I do that, I can see one more thing that I need to fold, and that is the big piece of ledger paper. It's huge, isn't it? So let's fold it up so we've got 8 inches. I think that's the first thing to do. So, where am I? Here. So that's... Just check I can see what I'm doing. That's that line, actually. So if I fold on that line, I should be okay. So I'm going to fold it this way first because it's easier. I've got a line to follow. Make sure you're straight at the edge. and follow that line along. To there. And crease that in. That is quite a large pocket, really, too large to be honest. So what I'm going to do is fold it back in again, and it's quite thin paper this, so it'll just strengthen that pocket, which is not a bad thing. Follow that line across, there we go, crease that in, and there we have a more robust pocket, let's say. So let's fold that in half and see where we get to. Got quite a few layers of paper here, so I'm just easing it with my finger when I fold it over. So make sure that you're really square, your edges meet before you fold that in. Not quite. There we go. That's that. Right, so let's see where 6 inches brings us to. 6 inches brings us to there. Well, what I could do is fold that over that way, so then I'd have a pocket here, but I've got plenty of side pockets. So what I'm proposing to do is just cut it off. Plain and simply cut it off at 6 inches. We're still going to have this nice deep pocket here, all of this, and then the inside's going to be this ledger paper. So that's, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Chop it off at 6 inches. There we go. Right, so that needs to also go in our journal. Now we're left with the green and the cream card. Now I'd suggest that you leave a couple of pieces at least of your cream to one side for backing things and maybe building collages on or whatever. So leave a couple of sheets of that to one side. You may also want to leave a sheet of your green to one side. It comes in quite useful for backing things. The rest of it, however, we're going to fold over and add to our journal. And this will be the last sort of addition, really. So fold this over exactly in half. Fold it so as you've got your corners all matching up. Hold that down and then just crease that along there. Get your bone fold or your scissor handle or whatever it may be out. And there you go. And same. Just keep doing the same thing. Now we've got the joy of trying to sort it all out into something that looks like a journal. But there's no getting past this bit, I'm afraid. It's got to be done. It's kind of never the funnest part of making a journal. I don't know what is the funnest part. It's all fun, I guess. It's just sorting out these pages. I always seem to get myself in the right mess because I get everything out of the cupboards. You know, oh, I could put that in, I could put that in. And so I end up at my desk, I've got about 3 square inches to work on. So what's new there, you say? And I'm trying to fight with biggish pieces of paper to get them full. You know the story. How can we always have 6 inches to work on? I don't know. Right, so there's my cream and my green folded. I've kept some aside. You don't have to do that if you've got other paper that you want to use as backing for tags and stuff. Right, so let's see what we've got. We want to start with something really quite nice, and I'm going to, having put all these together, I'm going to take them apart now so as I can actually see what I've got. Let's move everything that I'm not using away to the side. Let me just do that. Right on. Trying to look for my throat lozenges. I don't know where they've gone. Could be anywhere. Anyway. Right, so we've got that. We've got that. We've got that one. Which equally could be that one. Yeah, I think I like that better that way, actually. With honeysuckle on, it's gorgeous. I love honeysuckle. We've got the school book. We've got the fabulous eagle, the doily, squared paper, the book page. That's just so pretty. Glassine bag. So this is writing paper apparently for elementary school, primary school children, to help them work out the difference in height between capital letters and other letters. And then we've got our envelopes. Okay, so the only thing I sort of know really is that I quite want the envelopes to go in the middle. So they are going in the middle. Excellent. After that, what happens? I do not know. Let's have some squared paper. Okay, and I want them sort of that in the middle of that signature there. They are the right height, aren't they, these pages? Just dawned on me, I don't think I've measured them. Oh yeah, they're just short of 8, so that's all right. Then I'm going to put a piece of cream card in, just to kind of just to get it. Actually, I think that cream card is more than 8 inches. It is, it's 8 1/4. So I'm just going to have to take 1/4 inch off that, which I should have done when I had them all together, but I didn't. Of course I didn't, that would have been much too easy. So I wanted 8 inches across there, squared up nicely. You can put yours in any configuration that you like. Oh, I know, we also have 2 sheets of 12 by 12, don't we, to go in as well. Forgot about those. Right, so we've got our squared paper, our envelope, plain cream paper. So you see what I mean about things not being the same. They're all going to need chopping down. I'm going to put my glassine bag in next, and then a book page. Possibly this one, it's lovely. So I'll pop that in, which I haven't cut down to 8 either. Come on, girl, what's wrong with you? I thought I had cut that down to 8. Oh, I only cut it on one end, didn't I? Yeah, I remember now. I remember. So let's get that down to 8. There we go. So I'm going to put that in that way, so it's folded over that way, because I don't want the blank, because it would be like that, and that's just a waste. And this one I'm folding over that way because I quite like that. Yeah, okay, so that's going in next. So glassine bag, then book page. That doesn't have to go in at the middle. I'll just put it there just now. Can go in at the top or the bottom. Then let's have a piece of green paper, and I think that's got the same problem as the other. It's not, I haven't cut it to 8. That would have been just too easy. Like to keep you on your toes. So chop that off to 8. And we'll put that one next. Then I might put the doily actually, because it will show up quite nicely against that green. Yeah, that's nice. And then what? Then I'm going to put some more school exercise book. Which doesn't quite measure 8, but it measures more than 6. Then I am going to put, oh, that lovely page. It's lovely. Yeah, that one. And that one we have cut down to 8. So that's good. Have I got a card in already? No. So let's put that one in. Then this is what I've got left. Well, that one's probably going to be covered up. I just want to see the sketches of the owl, so we'll put that one in there. And then cream. Oh, I need to cut those, don't I? That is just a nuisance. Let's get them there. I think I'm going to have to do them separately. I don't trust myself to do them both together. I know one would move. I just know it. So I have included some ribbon and lace and stuff with the kit, but you know, feel free to go out and buy more to supplement that. If you like it really lacy and whatever, you probably will need a little bit more. Then I'm going to put this one in, which is too wide, of course, but that's all right. Then my ledger paper, I think. Yeah. Ledger paper. Then I've got this. Did I cut that down to size? Bet you I didn't. I bet you I didn't. No, of course I didn't. So let's get that one to 8. There we go. Let's put that away because I think I'm pretty much finished with that. So I'll pop that on there. And then this is going to be my opening page, I think. It might not be. I might change my mind actually and put something a little bit less hostile on the front cover. I mean, that's some statement, isn't it? I'm not talking about the front cover, I'm talking about the, you know, when you open it up, that's what you see. I don't know, it's pretty dramatic, isn't it? Let's just have a quick squint through and see if there's anything else that we think might be, well, I don't want the dead owl, definitely not. That's pretty. Paper, doily card. That's quite pretty, but it's a bit glassine bag, card, paper, envelopes. That's it then. So I could make it out of a piece of my design paper, and I think that might be the way that I go. So let's just have a look and see what it is that I fancy. Some lovely goodies here to play with. Well, I love that. I love that. Oh, this is going to be one of those decisions, isn't it? It just takes like 3 years to decide. I haven't got 3 years, so, you know, I've got to decide something. That's the fussy cut, so obviously I'm not going to use that. That's just a bit too rosy for the front page. It gives the wrong impression because it's not about just pretty roses. That's very nice, isn't it? 8 inches on that comes to there. Now that would make a nice cover, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's leave that one out. That's a definite maybe. No more than that. Maybe. This one, no, it's too grungy for our... Oh, that's really nice, but not vibrant enough. This one, yeah, it's okay. I love that lime green, but not as an opening gambit. Right, so that's that whole pad gone through. We've looked out one that we thought might could do, so that's not too bad. Let's have a look at this one. Running out of room on my table, I told you. Right. Well, these are all sort of cut apart, so we've got the Foxy. Now, he's very nice. He really is very nice. So where does 8 inches come to with him? Let's have a look. It comes to there, right there, which is fine. And 6 inches, yeah, we'd get that entire fox in. That might be the way forward. That's really lovely. I'll carry on looking, but I don't think I'm going to find one I like better than that. I love that, but not for the cover. I love that, but the problem with that would be that 6 inches would take us to there, to half that bird, which isn't exactly helpful to either us or the bird, to be honest. Then we've got the collage sheets, the blinking fish face, tags, collage. Right, so if we want something out of here, and the die cuts there, if we want something out of here, I am suggesting it is the fox. Where? Oh yeah, there's the squirrel. I was going to say, where's the squirrel? The fox is the most suitable, so let's tear him out. Let's be brave. Yeah, I've done it. Torn him out. So let's just put those with the other papers. And let's just absolutely think about this. That is very, very nice. It says botanical to me, though, rather than nature, possibly. Although it's gorgeous. I think it's Mr. Foxy. I mean, I think Mr. Foxy's winning the day. So let's have him. The other thing that I've got that I haven't added to my journal, yikes, I included in your kit some green paper, or some naturey looking paper, and I haven't done that for my kit, so let's have a look and see what I've got. Nothing in that department. Nothing there. I don't know how I'm ever going to use up some of these. I mean, I'm going to have to paint them, I think. quite nice. I might tear that one out. I like that one. And that one possibly. It's green. That's spotty. Yeah, okay, I'll have that one as well. And they're white on the other side, so that's a whole new kind of headache, what we're going to do with that. Anyway, let's get back to Mr. Foxy. So I need to cut him off at 8 inches. And I need to make this one right, because I can't just go and get another one. So 8 inches. Make sure it's straight as straight can be. I mean, I always try and be straight, but this time it's like super critical. I'm almost having a heart attack here. There we go. So I've got this gorgeous piece left to make pockets or tags or side pocket, whatever. I'll put that in amongst my stuff. And then I need to, oh, hello. I need to score that down at 6 inches and hope that this is nice paper that wants to fold nicely for me. Please fold nicely for me, don't crack. So I'll put one line down there. Yeah, that's right. Where you put the line is where it's going to be a mountain. I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. I've scored down there and I'm going to fold that way. So this is going to be the mountain because it goes up. There we are, there's our line. Yikes. No cracking or anything, that's beautiful. Oh, look at him. Isn't he gorgeous? Honestly, I'm a nervous wreck. I'm a nervous wreck, I tell you. So, if we put that there, how does he look? Well, he looks gorgeous. He looks very, very gorgeous. That will be a very nice opening for our journal. Won't it? It's really lovely. I love him. I love him so much. Right, so probably still need a bit of a shuffle. Well, I've still got to use these papers. I wonder whether to leave them and use them for tags. That would make nice tags with something sewn on top of it or glued on top of it, I think. This one, no, I'm not so sure about that. I think I might just cut that off and put it in my journal. And I'd say it's directional, I'd say it goes that way. So I'm going to cut it off at 8 inches again. I'm not so worried for this one. It's not that I've got any more, but it just wasn't so expensive. So let's square that up at 8 inches. And it's 12 by 12, so when you fold it in half, it's going to be exactly 6, so it's going to fit in our journal. So keep that bit, obviously. It's a good bit of paper. Just fold this over. And we'll have to think of something to do on the back of it. I mean, it could be that we tea stain it. Could be that we just stencil it. Could be lots of things. Right, so let's have a little look then at what's going on here. Right, we've got Foxy. He's definitely staying there. We've got this eagle who doesn't really want to be next page in from that. Looks like we're having, you know, I don't know, some sort of weird devil worship type thing, I don't know. But he could go there. Yeah. So that's nice. Then we've got the ledger. Then straight away we're into that. So I can split that up with that page. That's the perfect place for that. And we can build on that quite nicely. Put nice things in there. And school book, cream paper, the dead owl, which we're going to cover up. The barn owls, or tawny owls, I think they are. Yeah, they're lovely. And we'll put a pocket of some description, you know, like we got off from the fox offcut there, not as big as that, but that sort of thing. Notelet, book page, school book page, doily, green card, book page, glassine bag, cream card, school book, and the envelopes in the middle. Yeah, that's good. I like that. It's all come together quite well, hasn't it, really? So the next thing to do is to knock it all into shape and to cut the edges off, because they walk. I mean, you can see clearly there that they're walking. So I'm not going to do that at the moment, because I just want to sit and think about it for a while, because once you do that, if you've cut the middle pages off, they're then too short to move to an outer spot. So I'm going to think about that, just in case it comes to me this evening as I'm sitting down, oh, I should have done X, Y, or Z. I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to mull it over for a little while before I do that. So I'll show you how to do that in the next video. And perhaps in the next video we'll cover this journal cover up, so it's starting to look really like a journal, in fact. So there we are. We've done quite a lot today. We've got through a lot of stuff. That'll be lovely. Right, okay, I'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching. I hope you get up to the same stage in your journal, because that's kind of the worst bit, I think. After that, it's fun. So see you soon. Bye.